Today I wanted to share with you guys my top 10 suggestions for what to do in Anacortes, Washington, which happens to be the city that I grew up in. If you're wondering why there's balloons behind me, that's because I threw my dog a birthday party. I hadn't been home to Anacortes in a really long time and I wanted to go visit my parents, meet their new puppy, see my friend, meet her new baby, so many new things. That's what happens when you get in your late 20s and you live out of state. So I went home just to go visit and have some personal time, but I did take a bunch of footage along the way, so I wanted to kind of walk you guys through what I did when I was visiting my hometown, and I'm gonna intersperse my top 10 suggestions throughout the video. Good morning, guys. Oh my God. It's like not even 6 a.m. right now, and I'm at the Oakland airport. Oh God, it's coffee so hot. You'll notice on this plane ticket that it says no carry-on. If you've never flown a budget airline, then you might not know this, but they actually charge extra for carry-on items. So that means that I flew with a personal item only. Budget airlines are great for short flights. This one is like under 2 hours, so I think it's perfect. It's great for saving money. $100 round trip. You can't ask for better than that. And just like that, I'm in Bellingham, Washington, headed home. It's our dinner! Hi, cutie! This is actually my parents' new puppy. Her name is Jenna. I want you guys to guess down below what breed you think she is because they don't actually know. So one of the very first things I did when I finally got into Anacortes was head straight for the forest to the Anacortes Community Forest Lands. And this happens to be #1 on my list of top 10 suggestions for Anacortes. And by the way, this list is in no particular order. This is a huge area of forest. It has a lake in it and a beaver pond and all kinds of things, biking trails, horse trails. I grew up going into this forest all the time to go play and had probably like 4 to 5 forest forts that we maintained in that forest. But it's actually like an exceptionally beautiful forest area, and I didn't realize how pretty it is until I left and came back to Anacortes. It's really clear. It's unusually clear. So one thing I did capture in the forest lands, which is kind of new for the area, is the fire devastation. So back in August 2016, there was actually a forest fire. So this footage is what it looks like now in one of the areas that burned the hottest. It took a really long time for them to put this fire out. So here is a shot of what the undergrowth looks like post-fire, like a 1.5 years post-fire. And here is a shot of what the undergrowth really should look like. This forest is super lush, like tons of fern and just like very, very green. It rains here a lot, in case you can't tell. On to a more positive note, we also went into a cave. So there's a cave in the forest land area, and it's fondly referred to as the bat cave, although I've never once seen a bat in it. Sometimes I'm willing to go to the very back, which it's actually not even very big, and sometimes I'm not, and this time I was not willing. It's so scary sounding. Yeah. They sound so scary. So creepy. Right. I think at one point I got really brave and I explored the whole thing and it wasn't that big. All right, now we're gonna get deep into the top 10 list. You ready? #2 on my list, take a ferry. You've got several options for where you want to go. My top suggestion, if you've never taken a ferry in the Puget Sound, is to go from Anacortes to Friday Harbor and go rent a scooter at, what is it, Susie's Scooters or something? I'll link it down below. It is so fun. You can scooter around the whole island and you can see Canada from there. And actually, if you're curious, you can take a ferry to Canada. You can go to Victoria. Other suggestions would be Orcas Island and Guimas. Those two don't have quite as much going on. They're both really beautiful and really fun. Perfect for like going on a bike ride or a hike or whatever you want to do. Friday Harbor just has like some fun little shops in the very front. They've got a really cool whale museum, and then there's all kinds of like history on Friday Harbor as well because, well, you'll learn. Go to Friday Harbor and ask around about the pig war. #3 is to walk along the Guimas Channel Trail. This is actually a brand new trail for Anacortes. This was not here growing up, but they're continuing to expand it, and eventually it's going to be quite a long trail. It is paved, and I know you can have dogs on leash on the trail as well. It's just really pretty. Lots of like beautiful island views, water views, ferry views, you know, typical island stuff. The other trail to check out, which I couldn't dig up any footage of, is the Tommy Thompson Trail. Google it, it's really interesting. #4. Oh, wow. You say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Hi.
Hadley? That's awesome. Who's this?
Nico.
Is it your brother?
Mm-hmm.
Nico! Oh, so sweet. Number 4 on the list, this is an absolute necessity if you go to Anacortes, you gotta go up to Cap Sandy. Santy, I don't know. No one really knows how to pronounce it. We just say Cap Sandy. This is what you may call like the makeout point of Anacortes, simply because it's a high up point, it's really pretty, you can park your car and you just sit there and you stare at the views, but I would recommend trying to catch a sunset on Cap Sandy, which is exactly what I did in this footage. And actually there were more people there than I've ever seen on Cap Sandy in my life. It was really bizarre to me. Like, is Anacortes like a travel spot now? What's happening? You can also kayak near this area, and that's actually my number 5, is to do a little bit of a kayaking tour. So I did one time, and they usually take you around like that area where Cap Sandy is and show you like these little coves, and there's some little hidden stuff that you can't really get to by like car and foot, and you might not see otherwise. I don't know. I just really love kayaking here. The other thing you could do is rent kayaks on your own and go take them to Little Cranberry Lake in the Forestland area. You would need a car for that for sure. And jumping right into number 6, I told you we were getting deep into this list, is to do a whale watching tour. The number 1 whale watching tour company, and probably like one of the top whale watching companies in the freaking world, like I'm not even exaggerating, is Island Adventures. I will link their website down below. If you want to see some whales, like you really want to see whales on your whale watching tour, I would go for Island Adventures because you're very likely to see them. I have seen orcas from the ferry before. It's pretty epic. Also on the Tommy Thompson Trail, I can almost always find an otter. You know how Kristen Bell cries about sloths? Like, I want to cry about otters. Number 7, walk the historic downtown area. There are a bunch of shops and places to eat, but mostly I just think it's fun to walk around and kind of like just window shop and then go to the very end where the marina is and just go watch like the ships being worked on and stuff. It's just a really like relaxing, fun area, and there's some little bits of history like thrown about. Number 8 is you gotta eat somewhere in Anacortes that is like a truly Anacortes place. 2 like OG Anacortes eateries are definitely Calico Cupboard for breakfast, and Ghirardelli for lunch. Ghirardelli is a staple. It's like the one place where growing up my mom's like, no, I don't want to deal with the lines. Like, in a small town. Their sandwiches are so good. Another classic in my personal opinion is the Greek Islands restaurant. I would recommend that for a splurgy dinner. Like, go all out. Don't hesitate in that dinner. Their customer service also is so nice. It feels like they make you feel like you're at home. The 2 slightly newer places in Anacortes that I highly recommend to go eat at. One is a breakfast place called Dad's Diner A Go-Go. I think that's the full name of the restaurant. We just call it Dad's. They have excellent breakfast. Go hungry because their plates are really big. And the lunch spot would be Bob's Chowder. I actually can't really digest chowder because of all of the dairy in it, but I've tasted it before and it's extremely good, and I've had other things from Bob's and they're all really, really good. And depending on your travel situation, if you can carry back a bottle of salad dressing, definitely get the lemon love salad dressing if they have it there. They're really, really awesome people too. So numbers 9 and 10 on my list, I actually didn't go see on this trip. So the footage you're about to see is pulled from previous times at home when I was vlogging. It was probably post China when I was living there for a couple months. Number 9 is Deception Pass / Rosario Beach. You should probably go see Rosario because it's really pretty, but if you don't go to Rosario, that's fine. You need to see Deception Pass. Like, you gotta go. I mean, just look at the beautiful images. Number 10 is Washington Park. You need to go to Washington Park for the same reason that I would say go to Deception Pass, because it's just insanely beautiful. Like, these are two sites that as a kid I took completely for granted. I'm like, yeah, everyone has views like this, right? Like, this is normal. No, it's not normal. It's freaking gorgeous. So that is my top 10 list. And lastly, I do want to share the final thing I did. It is a VHS tape that I watched minimum 100 times as a child. I don't know why, but this was my top favorite, absolute, like, holy grail video. Like, this is the video I watched when I was a kid. But yeah, it's called Barbie Birthday Party, and it's interesting now as an adult.
I saw this 100 times.
Comment below with what you watch, like what movie or short video or whatever that you made your parents watch like over and over and over and over and over when you were a kid. Eric, did you have one?
Party goes to space.
That sounds sweet. See, now when we go home to Eric's parents' house, we gotta dig up that. So that is all I've got for you guys today. If you want more suggestions, I would definitely go check out anacortes.org. That's the tourism website, and they've got a lot of information on there. And if you are headed to Anacortes, please comment below, because I'm really trying to figure out, like, is this a hot tourist spot now? Like, why was Cap Sandy so crazy? There were like 4 languages being spoken up there. It's a very homogenous town growing up. If you want to watch more videos of my time in Anacortes, all the videos I have ever made while in Anacortes are linked down below in a playlist. And be sure to go follow me on Facebook. I am dying for this YouTube community tab feature, but you need 10,000 subscribers. We're gonna get there, but we're just not quite there yet. So Facebook is really the outlet right now, guys. If you want updates, check out my Facebook, my Twitter. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Okay, bye. Abe?